Yo, yo, yo. Let's get these things in. How's it going? Got to play through some drums. Right, drums are drums. I'm just going to start playing, see who turns up. Track volume, one sec. Yeah, the guitars aren't in a lot of these songs at the moment, so it might be a bit quieter. Try this. That a bit better? It should be. I dropped my mouse. I'm going to turn it up for me as well. I've got a slightly different mix to you guys, so I'm going to turn mine up a little bit too. Cool. Let's go. Nick, how often am I counting? Not very often, if I'm honest. It all has to be kind of automatic. Joe Balls. All your vids on ToonTrack ads. All my vids are ToonTrack ads on a deeper level for you. All of the ads that you're getting are for ToonTrack. I mean, that makes sense. I'm literally playing ToonTrack samples right now. That would make all the sense. I love ToonTrack stuff, man. It makes one of these drum kits feel like a real drum kit, or closer to a real drum kit. Will I ever do rebirth tabs? I've got no idea. I haven't thought about that ever, if I'm honest. Maybe one day. Maybe for my new website, I'll have my my tab guy write it out. I feel like certain Tesseract tabs are like super niche, and it's like a lot of effort for like 3 people to enjoy it. I'll tell you a story about that in a minute. Oops. Zero latency, 2 PCs. I've got a video PC over there and an audio PC here. I'm just sending a left and right from the audio to the streaming one, so it gets rid of a lot of latency. Flipping thing didn't trigger, did it? What E-kit? It's a Roland TD50, and I'm triggering TuneTrack Superior Drummer 3. I'm using the Modern Metal Easy X, and I've kind of custom made a kit from the Dense and Deep kit, which is one of the Will Putney presets. It sounds amazing. I've dragged in that stack from the Progressive Foundry. Yeah, man, it's so good. So flipping good. What are you guys saying? Yeah, that's how I achieved no latency. Like I said, I got 2 PCs. So
10 seconds.
Whenever I tried to do it with one PC, I had latency issues and clicking and popping and all kinds of stuff. So laptop deals with the audio. I can send out 2 mixes. You guys are getting a slightly different mix to me because I want a bit more drums. But what you're hearing now is what I hear on stage. Metronome, backing track stuff. That's what I hear on stage when I'm playing drums, and I'm just practicing now ahead of the tour. I've got to fly in a week's time. Oh my god. Feels like no time since I was on tour before. I haven't done enough time at home. I went to sleep in my bed. So it was super annoying. I've ordered a new mattress for myself, and it's not going to arrive before I'm on tour, which is the most insulting thing ever. It's so ridiculous. Hello, Chex. Hello. Hello, Dandelion. Hello, JP. Thank you guys for hanging out in chat. We'll play Burden live sometime. I'd love to do that live sometime. We have talked about it. We need a few days in a room together as a band to get that one together. And we haven't done that in a minute because we all live in different parts of the world. One of the disadvantages of growing up as a band is that you all kind of spread out, which is what we've all done. So getting in a room together gets increasingly difficult. But yeah, Burden, I'd say audiences will see us play Burden this year. Sorry, next year, 2025. Audiences will see us play Burden next year. But exactly when, I can't say. You're coming out to the tour, flipping right. Yeah, guys, we're on tour in Europe and the UK. January and February next year. If you haven't got your tickets, tesseractband.co.uk, go and grab them now. And we'll see you there. Yeah, man, that's fun to play. That's a good time. Singapore's a bit of a music desert. We were in Singapore earlier this year. We went and did our first tour of that part of the world, and it was great. I've been to Singapore a few times myself, but not with the band. We played a pretty small room in like it's kind of like an office complex. It was kind of crazy. Do I have any sort of streaming schedule? Not at the moment, no. I used to stream a lot over on Twitch. I don't know what song this is going to be. Oh, okay. It's just Akol playing. Yeah. I used to stream a lot on Twitch. I'm trying to stream on YouTube more, though, because I have more of an audience on YouTube. I post a lot of drum lesson videos on here and just little jams that I upload every week. So if you want to get those, hit some more links and hit the Buy Me a Coffee. And you get to check those out early when I upload them. Or go to jpoststones.com. Check them out there as well. Flipping groove. I love groove. We got any groove drummers here? Who loves groove? Who would take groove over speed any day of the week? I would. You got a Tesseract tattooed on your arm. Flipping right. Flipping right. You're in a very exclusive club if you've done that. Not many people have done that. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, this is going to be King. But just a heads up, there's no guitars in this because there aren't any in the set at the moment. They're going to be obviously played live by the guitarist. So here we go. Weak King. I lied! It was a drum key, everyone. A drum key. Went for a little ride. I've often thought about doing that at the end, just to see if people would like it. Instead of... I do that a lot. Guys, I need 1 second. I've just got to help my wife. We're building a thing in the other room and she just needs me to help her get it up onto the... we're building like a built-in. And I've just got to help her lift the thing. I'll be like, 15 seconds, okay? You get to see the top of my head. I bet I'm steaming. I bet I'm flipping steaming. I'll be back in 2 seconds. There you go. You know what they say, a bold man never lies. Maybe that was more like 20 seconds. 20 seconds, 30 seconds? What are you guys saying? How long was I out? What are we saying? Should we have a little vote on the end of King? And we'll see what the boys say in the band as well. So that, or the current thing, where I'll do something a bit different, where I'll just kind of bum, 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 bum. I don't want to be a show-off drum wanker, but which one? Like... that, or I'm not doing that. The first one, the one with the that thing. Yeah, okay. Okay, we got one person saying the second one, so... That's the second one. The first one is more like that. That kind of thing. Simpler version fits the outro. Oh man, we got a split flipping. We got a split. What do you call it? You guys can't decide. Yeah, 6. 16th note triplets. How about a combo of the two? So. I could try a combo of the two. Should we just see what that's even like? It could be a bit of both, like... I also might not do the snare until the very end, so... Now, I think it does need the snare at the beginning. It sounds like... Let me see if I can do it one more time before moving on. And then I'll try and remember to do it. I've got to remember to end on that snare, though. I've got to remember to end on that snare. That's more powerful than that. Yeah, man. All right, well, thank you. You guys have just directly influenced what I'm going to be playing on this next show, next tour. Ah! Oh shit, what's this? Smile. Okay, we're fine. It's flipping Evan Moss! Mate, how you doing? I haven't spoken to you in a minute. Can you guys hear the pads, by the way? I'm turning this off, just in case. Well, I didn't need to hit this flipping hi-hats at the end of that, did I? That flipping groove at the end is an absolute monster. It's Dalton, mate. Hope you had a nice Christmas and stuff. I hope you're doing all right as well. How's the drumming? Still drumming? I mean, it's been what, a month since I spoke to you. You're clearly still drumming. You're like, no, I gave up. I gave up as soon as we stopped. We gave up. That was it. Play the outro to Burden. I'd have to listen to it. I haven't played that since we recorded it, probably. Hang on a minute. Because it's you, I'm gonna see if I can even do it. I can't hear it in my brain. I'll hear it as soon as. Oh, the dogs are going crazy now. Where are we? No, that's Steely Dan. That isn't TesseracT. Where's my flipping TesseracT gone? Oh, here we go. I can't find my playlists. I'll just type it in, shall I? TesseracT Burden. Yeah. I haven't played it since I recorded it, so I've got no idea. I'd have to, I've got to slow that one down. But we are trying to, we're trying to learn that one for some time this year, so. It's something like that. And then right at the end, it like comes back around and does a weird thing back into the previous feel, which was bloody difficult. And the demo made no sense. I had to correct the demo in the studio because there was like this extra 16th note triplet that was like, what is that there? Anyway. Well, I made a mess of that, but that's what this is about, right? I'm supposed to be practicing drums. And I'm not playing it on this tour, so it doesn't really matter. Let's skip forwards a little bit. I don't know what I'm playing next.
Where are you?
Oh, Legion! Yes, son! This one is fun. Hope you enjoy it. That's difficult. The clicks in that bit are for the guitarists. So at the moment I'm just hearing all the cues, but live I'll get rid of those. They won't be in my ears. Yeah, they're pointless. The specific fills I'm trying to get in here that I relearned and I just didn't do one. The playback volume is a bit quiet. Yeah, so some of these are going to have guitar, some of them aren't. They're all slightly different volumes because it is the way I've set it up. But I can't do anything quickly about that, unfortunately. Yeah, man. Those fills on all of the previous tours I've been doing, I've just been making them up. And they've not been quite good. They've just been like, I started them at weird times, and I went back and revisited what I did on the record. Because... So my metronome just went crazy. Yeah, on the record I did some... I just kind of played a bunch of different things, and then after I left the studio, the producer just chose the best ones. So... Yeah. You're going to sit down and learn Calabi Yao. Yeah, that's a difficult one. Play Eden. And I don't need your life. Smegnosis. I don't need your life. My days, someone's giving me their life. That's a pretty big thing to give up just for a song. What's this? Wob, everyone, here we go. Wob time.
Neck.
Neck? Thanks for all the kindness in chat, guys. You guys are beautiful. Flipping right. You were late missing us open for Meshuggah. Oh man, yeah. That was a wild tour. That's a long time ago. Meshuggah and Megadeth. That's crazy. If there's ever a Sleep Token TesseracT tour. We did have a word with those guys to see about getting on a tour last year. Didn't happen. I mean, those guys are just astronomically massive, and we unfortunately need a lot of money to go on tour, otherwise we don't do it. We have to put on our show, rather, to be more precise, and not just saying we're getting paid shitloads of money, because we're literally not. It costs a fortune to take this thing on the road, so like we can't afford to accept certain tours. Like, we got loads of tours offered in the past year, and the band you guys would be like, oh my god, you said no to that. It's like, yeah, because we couldn't afford to say yes, literally. I think big bands, hope bands, like smaller bands, will just take a loss to get on tour, and we are not about doing that. Hello, Joe. I see you. My dream lineup. You know what? The Devin Townsend tour is pretty much our dream lineup. The most hilarious thing, right? We were planning a headline tour in North America, right? The routing was planned and everything, and Devin's team reached out and were like, "Does TesseracT want to come out on this road with us?" And we're like, "Yeah," because we know all of those guys so well. It'll be so good. And all of us were like, headline tour or support Devin Townsend and be in bed by 10 p.m. Headline tour, bed by 10 p.m. Headline tour, bed by 10 p.m. So it took very little convincing to get a bunch of 40-year-olds to say, yeah, you know what, I'll get to bed at 10 p.m. It's so good. We're actually, obviously that's not going to happen every single night, but it's nice to be able to sleep on tour sometimes, because it's hard. That's just something we're trying out. It might not stay in the set. Yeah, we thought we'd do some silly transitions. I don't know, it might work. People like moshing around to that one, and we don't want to do all of part 3. We just want to like put the heavy bit in there. So Hacker was like, "Oh, it's the same key as Juno." So we'll see. It might stay, it might not. We'll do it in rehearsal and decide if it works, or if people are just like, they get to the end of Juno and they're like, "What's going on? Don't know what's going on." So we'll find out. Anyway, I hope you've all had wonderful Christmas. That's like multiple Christmases. I hope you've all had very nice times. I hope you all got all of the drumming things that you wanted in your dreams. I hope everything came true for you in the past year, and I hope you've got good plans for next year. I'm doing a lot of things next year, and I know what most of them are. Got lots of projects on the go at the same time. Professional plate spinner extraordinaire up in here. We got the European UK tour to start the year off. I'm flying a week today. In fact, I'll be about an hour away from my first flight at this time next week, so I'm going to make the most of this raining week before I'm away for like 7 weeks or something crazy. I can't remember everywhere we're going, but it's Europe and the UK, and it's kind of a B market tour in the UK. I don't know if that's true for the rest of Europe, but if you want to come out, if you enjoyed any of what you just heard, then we would love. There we go. That's a bit nicer, isn't it? We would love to see you guys on the road. Come and spend an energized evening in a room with us. It'd be lovely. I don't know which shows have sold out yet. I don't know if any shows have sold out yet. I don't know these things. I just know that we're doing a tour, and I'm going to be there, and so are the other guys, and it's going to be great. We are working with some of the best people in the world. In fact, the 2 guys that are out with us is Devin Townsend's, normally Devin Townsend's lighting guy and audio engineer. They are our good friends, Mike and Chris. They've done many tours with us before. We've known them for a very long time, and that's one of the other advantages of doing the Devin Townsend tour in May, is that his crew is our crew. We know these people really well, so it's going to be a beautiful time. So, yeah, we're doing that. We're planning something else. Oh man, I can't talk about that yet. No, sorry, I was about to say something that I can't say yet because it's not publicly announced. So there's a few things happening this year. One thing I will say that isn't announced, but it doesn't really make a difference, is that we're planning to get back in the studio in August for a week or so to see what comes out of it. We had a really good time recording War of Being a couple of years ago, and one of the best songs on the record, in my opinion, came out of a jam, and we've got loads of stuff that we can jam around. So we're going to take that stuff into the studio and see what happens. It might end up with a song. It might end up with absolutely nothing. I would say it'll end up with something, though. I think I'll be surprised if nothing came out of that kind of session. Like Legion came out of like 2 days of just messing around. So if we can start with some of the little gems that we've got and then mess around, I reckon we'll have something pretty sick by the end of it. I'm just looking up at the chat what you guys are saying. Jay, why did I move? Man, I've talked about this so many times, but my wife is American, and that's why we live in America. That's the short story. There we go. There we flipping go. Epiphany is amazing. Yes, that is a fun song to play. We haven't done that in quite a while. That'd be a good one to end as an encore. I'd quite enjoy that. Give Dan a moment to not be on stage and like go and get a drink and stuff. That could be quite good. Daniel, your new pair of the drumsticks for my brother Carl. I don't know quite what you're asking there. These are the drumsticks I'm using, but yeah, I haven't got drumsticks for sale at the moment, but hopefully next year that will change. What else are we saying? What else is going on in chat? Are you getting the choir too, or just you guys? On this tour, it's just us. We don't have the budget to take the full choir out on this tour, and also it wouldn't fit on a lot of the stages on this run. They're not. They're more intimate venues, some of them. So it's a B market tour. You know, we've done the A market this time last year, and we're heading out to a bunch of places we haven't been on this run. So yeah, and it's like I say, tours cost a lot of money. And before we've, you basically start out in the red, and even including the show fees and prospecting merch, like you still start out in the red sometimes. So yeah, we have to hope that you guys come out to the shows and spend a bit of money on the merch and come out to see us next time. It's always next time. But yeah, it's going to be great. We don't have the choir with us, but we do have all 5 band members, and we're putting a lot into it. Oh, yes, we are. I'm going to be streaming a little bit more on here this next week as I prepare for that tour. And if any of you guys want to turn up and hang out, that'd be lovely. I'd love to see your names in the chat. What else is being said in chat? Who's going on tour with you? That is a good question. I wish I had the tour poster in front of me. The Omnific and Novelists. Look at me remembering things. The Omnific and Novelists. I think Novelists are from France, and the Omnific, I think, are from Australia. Australia, mate. They're from Australia. I think. That might be a lie. I don't think it's a lie, though. Those bands. So it's going to be sick. You guys have a drum plugin coming out anytime soon. TesseracT doesn't have a drum plugin coming out anytime soon. Have I done much session work, asks the Lobster. I have done a bit of session work, not recently. I don't go after session work, if I'm honest, because I'm... for the amount of time it takes to like do that stuff, I've never found enough money in it to be bothered by it, if I'm being totally honest. And I also... That's the blatant, honest truth. If I tell people how much money I want to do some like session work, I don't think people want to do it, because I have to commit myself fully to it. I also have to like be fully into the music to say yes to something. The last thing that I did that was session work was in Dubai quite a few years ago, and that was like just a great excuse to go to Dubai as well. And the guys were really nice. It was just a nice week that I spent out there with some really nice people, and we recorded some music. And that was like 10 years ago or something. And then I did some music with Martin Grech as well, who's the other guy that sings on Hexes. You can go and check that out. It's called... Just type in Martin Grech on Spotify, and you'll hear the songs. They're flipping amazing. Ackle did some with him as well. The album is... Oh, man, what's the album called? It's got Into the Sun on it and Horus AWOL and those songs. It's beautiful flipping album. Flipping amazing album. What else are we saying? Have I ever been to Portugal? Yeah, of course I have. Of course I have. Our first ever show abroad was in Portugal a very long time ago. Do you or anyone in chat know of any good... Oh, the flipping windows disappeared. Hang on a minute. Not the window, sorry. The chat. I've lost what you were saying. Do you or anyone else in chat know of any good references for the generic costing breakdown of a local world tour? I mean, that's an impossible question. You have to open up Excel and you have to put things in it, like fuel... The cost of hiring people, the cost of hotels, the cost of the vehicle that you're traveling in, the taxes, any gear that you're renting, any visas that you need if you're going abroad. There's so much to look into. It's not a... You basically need to consult with a tour manager. There's someone that does that for us, because there's so much that you have to think about for the day-to-days of touring. We used to do it ourselves at a smaller level, but as you grow, there was just so many moving parts, loads of people to be in the same place. Even like, avoiding huge tax cuts. Huge like, not tax cuts. Huge like. There's things that people do to like get into Switzerland with merch and get out of Switzerland with merch, and you mail merch to the Switzerland shows so that you're not going in and out with it. Otherwise, they take a load of money off the merch that you're just carrying, even if you don't sell it. There's stupid things like that you have to know about. What else are we saying? You guys are chatty tonight. This is amazing. Imagine Amos collab with Omnific. I mean, never say never. Literally never say never. It'd be so good. The guitarist is the guy from Kadinja. Oh, is that one of the novelist guys? I didn't know that. People always used to ask me to play Kadinja stuff on my Twitch streams years ago. Scrolling down. Come back to Florida. We had an amazing day there last year. Properly amazing. We were in the ocean just like all day, playing around in the waves like children. It was the most fun, like childlike fun that I've had as an adult. hands down, was in Pensacola. Oh my god, that was such a beautiful day. So good. Martin Gretsch, not Greg. Grech. Such a flipping good thing. J Postone's goat on drums. Thanks very much. I got goats. Literally got goats out the back there. Jay, when in TesseracT in the middle of writing new material, does Ackle come up with the basic drum pattern? Then I add my spice. Yeah, for the most part, Ackle like comes up. He sends something through that sounds pretty much there, and then I will learn that thing and I'll add some spice. And he's always like, "Oh yeah, just do your fills and do your ghost notes and do your things." Like, he's not like he's not on top of me asking me to do exactly what's down there. He wants me to interpret his parts, which is great. But he's also an absolute freak in an amazing way. He can write things that that are so unique. He's got a very, very unique and skilled mind. And I've learnt a lot about drumming from the way that he programs drums, honestly. If I had to list the drummers that I'm inspired by, Ackle would be one of them, even though he's not a drummer. He writes some amazing stuff. And it's because he started... Yes, he's got a magnificent mind, but he's starting in a computer as well. So by starting in a computer, you can guarantee that you write something that you can't play. And not because it's too fast, but because you haven't got the coordination yet. And when you haven't got the coordination, it's just a matter of sitting down and learning that dance. And that's one of the things I like to help people with. I like to help people understand how to do that, which is why I got a drum lesson website, ladies and gentlemen, jpostones.com. Go and check it out. There's lots of things on there. There's $20 a month will get you access to 2 lessons a week that I post every week, and a backlog of flipping loads of lessons, and all the transcripts and all the guitar profiles and all of the stuff. A load of TesseracT lessons. There's loads of stuff on there. Also a great way to just support me if you're up for doing that. If you're a drummer and you want to learn a bit more while supporting a bald drummer, then that's a fantastic way of doing it. No, but in all seriousness, it's a good website. I'm working on a brilliant website at the moment that'll be launching next year that's going to have a load more tools. It's going to be the existing lessons on the website, plus a load more, plus ridiculous tools for you guys to help with practice routines and keeping you on track and presenting practice lists and all that kind of stuff. What else are we saying? Any of the other members in TesseracT good at other instruments? James Monteith can play the bagpipes. That's a lie. Dan plays the arse trumpet pretty well. He's oh man, we could do a song just by recording Dan's arse on a tour and put together something from that at the end of the tour. It'd be pretty shocking. What else are you saying? Miguel, huge fan. Hello, mate. Welcome. You've been aiming to afford my course, but the hashtag no money. I understand. You're training Warabean. Flipping right. Well, there's a Warabean course on my site that is, I think it's buy now. I think you can just go and buy it as an individual lesson. It's not like part of a subscription or anything. It is part of the subscription if you subscribe, but you can also buy it individually if you want. If you want to learn a bit more about that one. But yeah, man, good luck with that. There's a lot to get through in that song. The tricky Herta section is the difficult bit. All of that stuff. But the key is with heel toe, getting that down and then getting the left leg to fall in between it. That's the first step, and then the rest of it is just about practice. What else we got in chat? Nocturne outros are great. Yes, it is. Is the GOAT? Yes, it is. I agree. I love that a lot. Greetings from Brazil. You're the first person to say greetings from Brazil in this chat. Normally someone comes in and says, come to Brazil or something about Brazil. And yeah, man, we love it there. We started, I think, did we start the tour? No, we started the tour in Mexico last year, but I'm pretty sure we hit Brazil. And this year, been to Brazil pretty much in the last 2 years. It's been great. Did you come out to one of the shows when we were there? Hopefully you did. Luna, new website is awesome. You can't wait. Yes, Luna, I'm going to hit you up about testing it for me, if that's okay. Because you're qualified to, as one of my students, you were qualified. Drumeo team up when? That's a good question. I did some stuff with Drumeo and I was chatting with them about a year ago. I'll have to revisit that conversation, see if we can hook something up. What else are we saying? You guys, you're very chatty. I like this a lot. Gent Bagpipe Fusion. Go and check out oh flipping heck, Ali Richardson's band. Bleed From Within. Go and check out their latest single. It's got a bagpipe breakdown, which is so good. Are we playing the Nocturne outro? Yes, we are. It's going to be so good. It's going to be flipping amazing. Thoughts on getting past the creative block? Mate, corn on the Rob. Mate, it's flipping Rob. You shouldn't be having a creative block, mate. Drop me a message. Creative blockage is... There's so many things you can do, honestly. Just... if you go back to the course, right, because you're a masterclass student, go and look at the lesson on programming drums and like writing music that way. When you start in a computer and you write stuff, you guarantee that you write stuff that you can't play, and you just keep going and you change the things that you don't like and you follow the path of least resistance. You know, the stuff that excites you the most. And honestly, the thing for that you're lacking, if I'm honest, at the moment, is a band that you want to, that really gets you going, that you want to play for. Because as soon as you've got that, you've got the creative incentive. So put a load of effort into finding the right people to play with, and then I'm answering a personal question publicly now, but that's good, I suppose, because it applies to everyone else. Put a lot of effort into finding the people that you want to play with, and don't just look locally, because that will trick you into accepting a band that's probably not the best that it could be. If you open up the horizon to, you know, the search radius to a much wider thing, then you've got a better chance of finding a good pool of people to work with, I would say. That's what I did with Tess anyway. Drumeo made Mike Portnoy suffer. You'd love to see what they do with me. Oh yeah, I don't know what they do with me at all. I mean, we would probably do some lesson stuff, and we would do some TesseracT stuff, and there's so much stuff I can do. I've recorded a load of stuff in Nashville the other week that will be coming out next year, and that should be helpful for you guys. I'm looking forward to for that to drop. That's going to be so good. Might be Alex. You've seen us before a few times. I just have to say, you guys have consistently had the cleanest and most cinematic sound of any live band I've ever seen. Flipping right. I'll take that. Thank you very much. We put a lot into it. It's taken flipping 20-odd years of dialing this in. And every tour we do something that's a bit cleaner. Ackle's been spending a load of time getting rid of guitar buzz. There's this annoying pickup buzz that we've had forever. And he's made this thing in his quad cortex that gets rid of it. And that's going to mean that the sound is cleaner. Like, that is going to be a huge cleanup. You know, we're all on in-ears. I don't have a drum monitor behind me because that drum monitor would be firing noise into the drum mics, and it's all these things. We spend a lot of time dialing the sound in. So I appreciate you saying that, because that is your response is the result of hard work. Our hard work. I appreciate you, mate. If you all can have a saxophone solo on a song. Oh, yeah, I mean, we did have a sax solo on that one song. Bagpipes is not out of the eye. Bagpipes could be cool, but our friends have already done it. So I feel like we shouldn't do that. Maybe we'll have a kazoo solo on the next one. Or, like I say, Daniel's arse. We'll just get Daniel's arse. We'll record some of them and we'll pitch shift it and do all of that, pitch correct. And we'll have Dan's arse solo. That can be the outro to album 6. Concealing fart. How about that? Except we're not concealing it. We're showing the entire world what it's like being on tour. That'd be so good. Do I like the band Dream Theater, by the way? I've been on tour with Dream Theater, but the music isn't for me, if I'm being 100% honest. I didn't grow up with it, so I don't get hit in the soul by it. They're very good musicians. Very, very, very good musicians. But I don't get affected. I've tried listening to it. It doesn't hit me in the soul. I grew up with, you know, Steely Dan, literally. Second time I've said that today. Steely Dan and, like, a bit of Pink Floyd and, like, Neil Young and Crosby, Stills and Nash and stuff. What my dad was listening to. That kind of stuff. I grew up with that. I didn't grow up with, like, loads of prog stuff. Although I suppose Pink Floyd is prog, isn't it? I didn't grow up with heavy stuff either until I was, like, 18. So, yeah. That's just me. Scrolling down, seeing what else you guys saying. The stack setup is... Yes, it is. Less ringy. Flipping right. The new stack setup is way less ringy. What am I using? The traditional 16-inch vintage trash crash Meinl and the 12-inch pure alloy trash china underneath. I think it's traditional vintage. I can't remember which way around it is. I think it's trad. Yeah, it's great, man. It's so good. There was this little like samurai shing at the end of my stack that I was using, and Meinl sent me out a bunch of symbols for me to try as the top. And the same symbol but with the traditional finish on it was like the thing. Who am I listening to at the moment? No one. Literally no one. When I was working the other day, what was I doing? I can't remember what I was doing. I might have been painting, actually. I just had Steely Dan on. Like, Donald Fagen, that's it. I just have his back catalogue on. And it's just got nostalgic comfort for me, so I just had that on. There's nothing that I've heard in quite a long time that I'm, like, really drawn to, which is a bit broken of me. Like, I used to listen to a lot of music, and I don't seek it out. I listen to a lot of podcasts, but I don't listen to a lot of music, which is silly. I do listen to a lot of TesseracT when I'm learning it, and that's where I spend most of my listening. But music changes, I think, especially when your job is music, and it goes from just absolutely loving listening and being obsessed with certain bands to being in a band that you're obsessed with, frankly. Like when I joined TesseracT, I was like, oh my god, this is like one of my favourite bands. And still is, if I'm honest. That when Apple sends through something new, I'm like, oh my god, it's so flipping good. That was loud. Discord. Bloody hell. So yeah. And then it changes as you learning and learning and learning. At least for me and some of the guys in the band, it's like what you're listening to. It's like, you know, what we've always listened to. Our old stuff, all of our old shit that we grew up with, and then maybe a bit of Meshuggah, maybe some Textures, maybe some like Dillinger, old Dillinger. I've just got things that I grew up with, man, and that's what I like. But I don't listen to it all that much. What else we saying? What got you into the drums? I was playing keyboards, and the guy when I was a young kid, and the guys in the band were like, play the drums instead because we don't need a keyboard player, which was fair. So I played the drums instead. There was a drum kit in that room, and played the drums. Easy. What podcast am I listening to? I like Tim Ferriss' podcast a lot, and I like Chris Williamson's podcast. His one, Modern Wisdom. Those two podcasts I've listened to Tim Ferriss for like 5 years. Flipping brilliant, man. Like, absolutely brilliant. And lately, Chris Williamson's been taking over for me because he's just, a beast for putting out 3 podcasts a week. But so many of the conversations, it's like I'm listening into a conversation with people that, like, it's a conversation I'd have, or I'd be so interested to be there having the conversation. It's just flipping amazing. And I learn a lot listening to him as well. There's some podcasts as well have such... what's the word? I was listening to one the other day, right? Where it was a guy that was an ex, Navy SEAL or something like this. And I wouldn't normally go for that kind of podcast. I'm not, super into army stuff and war stories and whatever. And this guy was ex-Navy SEAL, and he was telling all these stories and things that I might have an opinion on, right? I'm not going to get into all that, but stuff that I might have an opinion on, but from the completely different perspective, right? And it was so interesting just sitting there and hearing this fully valid, totally true opinion that would have been a 180-degree opinion of something that I would hold. And it was like, wow. I'd struggle to argue with what that guy's just said, and it's the complete opposite of what I was thinking on several topics. And that was enlightening, because just being willing to sit and listen to what someone else has got to say who's got, maybe politically completely swung from where you are, and being able to be honest with yourself that what they're saying is at least as true as what I believe, right? Because the truth is somewhere in the middle. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I listened to a few. I just let the podcasts run instead of choosing the one I was going to listen to next. So yeah, I love that guy's podcast. He's a flipping beast. I'd love to have a chat with him someday because it would be fun. I think fun is where I'm headed with everything that I'm trying to do. Did I ever tour with the band 10 Years? No, I don't know who that is. No idea. Favourite place to relax, to give me a break from drumming? Right here in my house. This is half of a room, right? I'm in my like office man room. I've got my speakers and stuff over there. I've got my PC over there where I do my work, where I'm working on my website and chatting with students and stuff. I've got a whole Warhammer painting station over here, which is just massive and beautiful, and I love it. I love relaxing at home. I flipping love it. Me and my wife went to New York a couple of weeks ago to relax, and it was the least relaxing place I've been in ever. It was just insane. And New York at Christmas, relaxing, my arse. It was insanely busy everywhere. So, yeah, we had some really nice meals, and we went to a show, which was really nice. But both of us were like, oh, my God, when we got home, we're like, now we can relax. New York is hectic. What? Jim Hershey, hello, mate. How you doing? James Hershey is old, long-time Twitch person, one of the Twitch people. So, hello, good to see you in here. Hope you had a good Christmas. I did have a good Christmas. It was nice and chill. Have a blast on tour. Catch you in May. Yeah, flipping right. You should tell your band members they're really talented musicians. I will tell them that every day before bed on tour. I will hold their hand. I will hold their face like this, and I'll say, Daniel Tompkins, you're a very talented boy. And I'll hold Amos Williams by the face. I'll blow him a kiss, and I'll say, mate, you're a beautiful man. Your voice is deeper than a god. You have no shoes. And you're very good at your instrument. How about that? Shall I do that? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'm sure they'd go to bed and they'd sleep so well. They'd sleep so well if I did that. They'd fall straight to sleep and they wouldn't think it was creepy. They'd think I was just being nice. Do I like the band Rush? Another one of these. Rush falls into the same category as Dream Theater for me. I didn't listen to it when I was young, so I had a friend send me a Rush song recently and say, oh, you check this out. And because it means a lot to them, and I checked it out, and I knew the song, but again, I just still struggled to get into it because I didn't have that connection to like a previous. Maybe if I'd heard it when I was like 10, I'd have been like, wow, but it didn't get me. So yeah, same thing with Russian Dream Theater for me. I don't get it, but I would have if I'd got into it 30 odd years ago when I was growing up as a musician. Any tips on streaming an e-kit through OBS? There's a little bit of a delay. Yeah, I had this same question when I started streaming years ago, and I reached out to Matt Hafey, Trivium guitarist, because he was streaming a lot on Twitch at the time, and he said, first of all, Jay, you're a very handsome man. I'd just like to say that. And then he said, you need two things, a video machine and an audio machine, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I have an audio laptop over here, which has got Cubase and my drum sounds on it and all of that. And then I've got a video. Oh, shit. I just poured water everywhere. Oh, well. It's just water. And then I have... can you clip these things on YouTube? Does that a thing? Can you clip... Oh, God, it's got really wet and it's gone deeper than I'd have liked. Oh, well. If I was on tour, that'd be fine. Oh, it's getting cold in regions I don't want to be cold. Oh, dear me. That was beautiful. So, yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about now because I just had cold water all over my man parts. I forgot completely what I was talking about. For God's sake. Oh yeah, you need two computers. That's what I'm saying. And all I've got is like a left-right cable going from my audio machine to my video machine, so it's like super easy. Do I have any favourite drummers or drummers that influenced me? Steve Gadd back in the day was the first drummer that I heard when he was like the one that made me realise I want to be a drummer, and he was playing the song Asia, AJA by Steely Dan. Then I was like, wow, I want to be a drummer now. Thomas from Meshuggah, Steph from Textures. I really liked Incubus drummer, I forgot his name. Dan Ford from Sixth was an influence in my early years. Yeah. Oh, that's it, really. There's modern drummers who are amazing. I don't know that they're influences now because I kind of just do my thing, but I don't like see people and freak out in the way that I used to. I think I can appreciate what people do and it's incredible, but I'm not like, oh my god. It's just it's beautiful watching people do what they can do now, and I'm happy with where I am, I guess, as a drummer. I'm still learning new stuff, but I'm like, yeah, I'm happy with where I am. You love Warhammer, flipping right, Subsonic. We should be best friends. You know what, though? I like painting Warhammer. I'm not a Warhammer player. I've decided after years of conning myself into one day thinking I'll play it that I don't think I ever will. It's... oh, hello. Move. My spaniels, come here. Move, come here. Yeah. Flipping right. Look who's here. It's little Murph. What are you saying, Move? She's my spaniel. My little spaniel bitch. She's so good. That was a nice surprise. And Eddie's just in front of the gate as well. Here's my other dog. You can see a bit of white butt just underneath that symbol. Hello, Edward. I can't remember what I was saying again. Yeah, D&D. I haven't played D&D. I bet it would be fun with the right people. I think the problem I have is that I haven't had a conversation with anyone that's like super into Warhammer where I felt like, oh yeah, I'd love to spend loads of time with you doing this. Which I feel harsh saying that, but that is also the truth, man. That is literally the truth. I find that the conversations, I'm just like, oh man, this is kind of why I don't play this. So it's a little bit like, you know what I mean? I think you know what I mean by saying that. There's nothing wrong with that. I struggle. I struggle when people are like, for the Emperor. I'm like, oh God. It doesn't get me. That doesn't get me in the same way. I find it a bit cringe, which is my problem. It's my problem. I love Warhammer. I just don't love that bit of Warhammer. I love painting them. That's my thing. That's 100% my thing. Play some Meshuggah. I could play some Meshuggah. I do love Meshuggah. Murph's going to move as soon as I start playing Meshuggah. She's moving now because she knows I'm about to play it. She's like, fuck this, I'm going. Let's find a Meshuggah song. What's going to happen is what I was just saying about Warhammer. That's going to get clipped and I'm just going to get cancelled again on the internet. Because people are going to say, he was really mean to people that are into Warhammer. It wasn't mean. I just don't know. I don't get that side of it. Alright, let's do this one. more sugar. I'll do one more and then I'm gonna go. Bloody hell. I'm a bit out of practice with that kind of stuff. Right. Ladies and gents, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? it's now time for me to go. I will be back because I've got to stream some stuff. More practice, basically, this week. So if you guys are around, you want to have a bit of a chat and a bit of a hang with me, then we can do that. We can definitely do that. We had a lot of people tuning into this. It's flipping Artist Opus bloke. Hello, mate. Thank you for the paintbrushes. Yeah, guys, when I'm painting my Warhammers, go and look at JPaint's 40k on the internet, on the Instagram, and you'll see the models that I paint, and I paint them with behind under brushes. Artist Opus, they're lovely, really, really nice. Before, like the first year or so of painting, I really wanted these brushes, and I'm like, I'm just going to use like whatever, like the $5 brushes from the art store down the road. And then I was kindly sent a wonderful box of Artist Opus brushes with the TesseracT logo in the front of it. I'm like, oh my god! And I nearly shit myself because they're so nice. And I don't use anything else now. Literally, they're the only brushes I use. I've got like it's an Artist Opus mug with "Don't Drink Me" on the side of it, with all my brushes in it. And yeah, I love them, man. Absolutely love them. Go and check them out. What's my favourite band to see live? Me! TesseracT. I would love to see my own band live. Probably Meshuggah. Meshuggah are amazing live. I'm still soaking wet from where my water went all over me, guys. So I'm going to go and change. I'm going to eat some food, and I'll love and leave you guys. If you are interested in learning more about the drums, drop me a message on any of the Instagrams, social medias, and we'll have a bit of a chat. I'll try and help out everyone, even if it's a free thing. That's fine. I've got lots of free resources I can point you at. If you're interested in working a bit closer with me, I've got lots of options for that too. And you can go and check out my website, jpostons.com, for this kind of stuff. Look at that. Look at that lovely photo of me with words in front of it. So if you're interested in finding out more about this stuff, jpostons.com. And thank you very much for hanging out today. I'll see you the next time I host one of these. Give it a couple of days. I might do one tomorrow, but definitely 2 days' time. And I hope you all have a lovely evening, even though you're probably not all where I live. So wherever you are in the world, have a lovely rest of your day. Catch you next time. Bye.